A pleasant Thursday morning to you. Welcome once again to Untengle on the Bridge 99 FM. Thanks for joining us. Jerry, are you the selector? Let's up yourself, selector, and have yourself a wonderful day. Want to say a very special Thursday morning, pleasant Thursday morning to all those who are on the bridge, have joined us on the bridge. Want to say a very special Thursday morning to Team Untengle as we untangle till 2 in the afternoon. So, Lafayne, you want to kick it off?
Yes, Mama. Morning.
Morning.
Yes. So, as you mentioned earlier, morning to our listeners and our viewers on the live stream. So, as you mentioned earlier, we're untangling the trending with this issue. This story was reported in one of the national tabloids recently about a 14-year-old giving birth to twins on Christmas at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital in Kingston. Now, of course, it caused quite a stir because she's 14. One, she's under the age of consent, and a few corporate representatives were photographed with the state minister in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Honorable Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, who were presenting her with gifts and care packages. Now, many persons were saying, was the headline deliberate? She's under the age of consent. That's the first issue.
Right.
You know, who impregnated her, and
Right.
why is it that it appears as if it's being glorified or celebrated? Not that she should not receive the support, because
Right.
it is needed, and many persons were teen mothers, have been teen mothers, and they've overcome because of the support that they received and the opportunity that they received subsequent to their pregnancy to, you know, make a new start, a fresh start in life. But the real issue is the fact that she's 14, and the way in which it was packaged and presented by the media, a lot of persons were uncomfortable with that. They weren't pleased with the picture that
Right.
was being painted.
Right. It was like all is well. There are no
Right.
issues here.
Right.
And there are issues there. You know? So I agree. But you know, it's such a delicate subject
It
because
is.
it is. Because on one hand, we don't want to not celebrate life.
Right. Like you're condemning.
You can't do that. So first of all, we just want to give thanks that the children actually survived.
Right. And the mother.
And yes, and it doesn't seem as though they have any complications from the
Right.
birth, right? So that's the first thing. We give thanks that the mother and the babies, because can you imagine?
I don't want to imagine.
Lord have mercy.
I don't want to
no,
imagine.
but in a full-grown woman, you know, having twins is a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So can you just imagine, Lafayne? Just picture yourself at 14.
Mama,
Not only getting pregnant, but twin.
and it doesn't say whether she it was a natural birth, like, you know, through the reproductive cavity, but I don't even it's just I see her as a child, and at that age I don't even know if I would be even mentally prepared to deal with all that comes with being a mother.
Well, I know I wouldn't. Because, you know, even when you're ready,
Exactly.
there are challenges.
Exactly.
You know, and for every woman who was once 14, and remember the immaturity at 14, emotionally,
definitely,
intellectually,
definitely,
every alley you can
definitely.
think of, we
And
were
it's-
immature.
Right, and your body may not have been fully developed at that time because you're still going through puberty and all of that. So it's just a multiplicity of things, of issues that has to be unpacked with this situation. And interestingly, the the information minister released a statement that the state minister was unaware of the mother's age at the time, but however the hospital has further advised that all the necessary protocols were triggered, as the young mother has been an active participant in its teenage clinic, where mothers 10 to 17 years old are given antenatal care.
Right.
10 to 17.
You mentioned something, Lafayne, and I don't want us to overlook it. when you said that at 14 a girl's body is not fully developed, and we need these conversations don't happen in Jamaica, you know, and we need to have these conversations because she's still developing.
Yes.
And it's a different thing when someone is developed and having a baby. So it happens, and we're not going to go on like Lord of mercy. And it's not only just that, but it has been happening for generations.
Yes, decades.
So
centuries.
we now go draw this generation card at all.
No, not
because
at
that
all.
not cut it.
Because many, if we're really honest with ourselves, many of our parents, our relatives had children very early, and many of their
Absolutely.
parents as well. So it's not like it's a new phenomenon, but as you said, it's not properly addressed here in Jamaica and other countries as well.
Absolutely, it's not. But you mentioned the minister saying she was unaware of the child's age. But something, I don't know any woman who sees a pregnant woman and don't wonder how old she is.
Exactly. I wouldn't have asked too.
And the capacity in which she is as a woman, y- that should be our first concern, because
Exactly.
she must did look at the girl. She must have looked at her.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, some persons, they may look a little older than they actually are, or younger, but
Right.
as you say, she must have looked at and seen that this young lady is not a grown woman.
Exactly. And if she had any doubt at all before the whole, picture taking, she should have pulled over one of the nurses and said, how old is this child?
Exactly.
One would think that that is what you would do. And in the capacity that you're in, if the child you discovered before the picture taking was 14, then you should ask if the necessary protocols have been triggered, are in place immediately.
Definitely, without a doubt. And then the release went on to say that the parents of the young mother gave consent for the recognition. But I don't know. I don't like the way in which it was presented. It just didn't feel right. It felt like we're always so focused on, in this case, I want to say victim in quotations, because where's the father? Many stories are floating around to say, oh, he's the same age as her, or it's somebody in her school, or whatever the case may be, allegedly. We don't know. But then
Right.
at the same time, she's under the age of consent. She's still considered a child or a young teen.
Right.
So we're making it seem as if it's okay that women or females are dealt with in this way, and then who is held accountable for these things.
Right. I've always thought about that. I mean, it's a subject that as women, we think about it all the time. This is not going to be our first time thinking about it. And I'm always aware that sometimes is both teenagers. The mother and father are both teenagers. And it doesn't make it right, but I'm going to be very honest with you. There is a difference. Because if it's as we'd say in Jamaica, a bigger steering man, as opposed to her teenage boyfriend.
Exactly.
It make a difference. It make a difference to me.
It
I'm
does.
honest to God, because if this little girl was my daughter, I would be very disappointed. But if it was a boy her own age, I would have to have a conversation with the parents.
Definitely.
If it was a grown man, I'd have a conversation with the police.
That's right. That is right. And we hear nothing of this sort.
I'm not hearing you, Lafayne.
We hear nothing of this sort.
Right, yeah. Okay. I'm hearing you now.
Right. I was saying we're not hearing anything of this sort to say, okay, all right, in a situation like this, what would happen? Because we're always so focused on the victim or the person that something has happened to, instead of the perpetrator. I don't know. I feel like we just overlook like it's a blanket issue in Jamaica. We don't realize that it's a problem. We have a problem in terms of pedophilia, whether we want to accept it or not, where we have older men having sex with underage girls or females.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, again, No matter how agreeable the parents are, there are laws.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
I even take issue with the fact that 16 is the age of consent.
I've always had that debate ever since, because if you're an adult legally at 18 or 19, then why is it that you're able to have sex at 16?
You know,
And you can't drink until you're 18 legally.
Exactly. And you can't work.
Exactly. Make it make sense.
It don't make any sense, because you know what that means? It means that two things I've seen happen. It means that if there's a parent out there who has a child under 16 and realizes that she's having sex and goes to the police are going to say she is legally in her right to have sex.
And a lot of people, a lot of men especially do that. Say, oh, she reached the age of consent, man. She good.
Yeah, but Kier Whopper now, just like you said, she old enough to have sex, but she can't work.
She can't work. She can't drink.
So that put the onus on the parents.
Exactly. Are we doing enough for our children? You know, are we having these conversations? Yes, if we want to say that, all right, they're having sex, you can't stop them, but how do you deal with, or how do you sit down and talk to them and say, okay, all right, if this is what you're going to do, you need to be responsible about it, right?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And why are you going to tell me that I can't stop my child from having sex at 14 or under 16, but you are going to compel me to take care of that child? Parents will take care of the child, you know. We're just talking about the laws.
Exactly.
That's all we're talking about. How unfair those laws are.
It is. And I think the minister now has an opportunity to address these sort of issues, because she's very outspoken when it comes on to abortion and stuff like that, gender issues, human rights and all of that. So now this is an opportunity being presented to her to say, okay, let's now deal with these issues when it comes on to the age of consent, having sex with minors and all of that.
Exactly. And we're looking forward to hearing some strong views about that.
Definitely.
And because, you know, the excuse that he didn't know how old she was kind of lame.
It is. For want of a better word.
Exactly. But having said all of that, Lafayne, we know that there are mothers who started having children early.
Yes.
They went back to school.
Definitely.
And they did very well after that. They transformed their lives. So I'm just appealing to this young lady in all of the heat. Just prove everybody, you know, not wrong, because we're not wrong.
Right.
But just prove yourself.
Right.
Prove yourself and let the world see that in spite of the fact that you're 14 with twins, you can still get a hold of your life.
Right.
And you can still do very well.
Right.
And you can make yourself proud.
Definitely. And she said that in the article that she's sorry that she disappointed her parents, and she has pledged to go back to school and to make them proud. So
Absolutely. And we wish herself and the twins. Oh my goodness.
Actually, I want twins, you know, boy and girl.
You can cool out like now for you have the two of them, boy and girl. But you know, we wish them well.
Definitely.
And you see about life, you know, is that the parents will carry on, you know, and once the
baby come, grandparents.
All away.
Spoil them to the T, and you're wondering, when you were parenting me, where was it spoiling and all of that? But as my mother said, you know, when you're a grandparent, you're finished raising children, so no, you're not raising your grandchildren, even though some do, but
yeah. And we learn from our mistakes.
Exactly.
So, baby mother, we wish you all the best. Continue to take care of the twins and prove to yourself that your life has not ended.
Definitely.
You can keep going.
Be an overcomer.
Yes, you're an overcomer. All right, love.
Yes, I was going to say, yes, auntie. Yes, mama.
I tell you, I'm
coming out of the family season.
Hey, let me tell you something. You don't make the mistake that just by chance.
No, that nothing by coincidence.
You remember when we were going to school, is our favorite teacher. We make mistake and call mommy.
Yes.
You know? Anyway, we're going to take a break, right?
Yes, Mama Kelly.
Okay, so we do have our guests live online. Let me see if I can see. Aha, there they are. I see them. I want to say welcome to Untengle on the Bridge 99 FM. Welcome, Garnett.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Maitreya.
Thank you.
Bless.
Let me start at the very top. First of all, let me just tell you how thrilled we are to have you on this program. Your mom and I have wanted this for a while, but you keep saying, oh, Garnett is busy and Garnett is in school, and finally we catch him. So she says, catch him now.
Yeah, I'm glad we made it happen.
Right, okay. So let us start at the beginning. Your name, your Garnett, talk to us about the inspiration behind your name. Who are you named after?
I'm named after Garnet Silk, and I mean, I think that mostly comes from my mom. I listened to a lot of them growing up, but I think you can talk more about that.
Okay, so you're actually named after Garnett Silk. So your mother was a Garnett Silk fan, and she
Yeah.
named you Garnett. And what you said about you liking the name? You like the name?
I do. It's a great name. I mean, yeah, I've loved it my whole life. I got a lot of compliments on it, so it's nice.
Nice.
You know, it's
wonderful.
interesting. There's a basketball star named Kevin Garnett, right? So Garnett's things are music and basketball, right?
All right,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
That sounds good. All right, so you are Californian and you have Jamaican roots. So your mom is Californian, is she? I think she is. And your dad, I'm sure, is Jamaican. So
Yeah.
let us talk about that mixed heritage.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's always been a cool thing growing up. It gives me, a little extra, I don't know, a little extra point of interest on a lot of things. I get a lot of, dual perspectives on things, and I mean, it's been good to grow up with, another culture around, just, to expand my horizons on a lot of stuff.
Right,
And,
right.
what better than Jamaican, right?
Right, right. I'm sure you get a lot of questions, because for those who don't know, Garnett's dad was actually in the dance group. Your dad was in the dance group. Well, in my day, he was very popular. So he was in the dance group Scorch, right?
Yeah.
Right. So music is in your bones, not just by being called Garnett, but it's also in your bones because of your mom, who is a real music lover and selector, and your dad, who is a dancer or was a dancer. So,
Yeah.
wow, that sounds good.
Yeah, I've definitely been surrounded by it my whole life, for sure.
Right. All right. So let's talk about this rare condition called arthrogryposis. Explain
Yeah.
the condition to our listeners.
Yeah, so I mean, it's generally actually not extremely rare. It happens, it's about one in every thousand births. And basically it translates to curving of the joints. So a lot of my joints just don't lock together or connect properly, or have the same movement, properly as, normal joints. And that causes some of the muscles around them to be a little bit weaker.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you were born this way.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so you've had many surgeries. Do you remember the early days and how did you cope with that?
Yeah, so I've had 8 surgeries in my lifetime. I think all of them were before I was age 5. So I definitely don't have like a whole lot of memories. I definitely remember some stuff. Um, a few distinct memories, but not a whole lot because it was very early in life.
Okay. Well, that perhaps is a good thing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yes, because at least that trauma you don't remember it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right, fine. So for those listening, Garnett actually uses a wheelchair, but you just never know. I mean, I'm on his Facebook page, and there are times, Garnett, when you make some posts, and I'm thinking, nah, sir, he didn't just do that. Not at all. I mean, amazing. We have some pictures and we sent it to our producer, and I think we're going to share some of those pictures with our listeners because they're our viewers, because they definitely need to see, this remarkable young man. So let us talk about that. The transformation of a significant disability. You're just telling us now that it is not that uncommon, but it's a significant disability. and you have transformed it as I think it was your mom who described it, to a greater ability and opportunity. Let us talk about, first of all, adaptive sports. What is that? And then tell us about the impact it has had on your life.
Yeah, so I mean, adaptive sports are basically just, adapting a lot of sports, not everyone, but for people with disabilities. So, nowadays you have, I'd say almost every single sport has an adaptive variant of it. Just because, technology and the way we're doing things nowadays has because gotten to that such a level that that's possible.
Right.
Um, I got into adaptive sports when I was about 9 years old. Me and my dad were at a movie theater in Oakland, California. We ran into another family that had a child with a disability, and they introduced us to this organization called BORT, which is a Bay Area Outreach and Recreation Program. And they invited us down to this practice for a sport called sled hockey, which is adaptive ice hockey. And yeah, I went to a couple practices, felt it out. And I think I didn't go back for a while, but I eventually did go back and I started going regularly and it kind of just took off from there.
Wow.
My coach at the time, Trooper Johnson, he was also the basketball coach for the program. And he was trying to get me out to basketball for a couple years after I started that. And I finally adopted that as well after a little hesitation. But yeah, I think after I started doing basketball as well as hockey, my love for sports kind of took off from there.
Okay. Did you always want to do sports?
No, probably not. I don't think it was before that. I don't think it was something I'd like ever, envision myself doing or really had interest in. I like sports, but I don't know. I was still, pretty young at the time, so I don't think I'd given too much thought, but it was kind of just an opportunity that presented itself.
Okay. But
Yeah.
that's interesting because it seems as though, no pun intended, you just run with the ball. I mean, no,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I realize that. All right. So, although you didn't really have a yearning or a passion for sports, the opportunity came and you ran with it, and boy, didn't you run with it. So, for those who are listening, um, Garnett was introduced, as you heard him say, to adaptive sports at age 9. And by age 21, which he is now, he plays wheelchair basketball. He raised money to get a special chair to skate in. And in 2018, you won first place for the intermediate level at the World Championships. That's a lot for somebody who don't have a passion for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely developed a passion over time.
Okay.
Within those first couple of years, it started getting more and more. Um, yeah.
Right, right. Okay, because even when we see, I mean, at some point, Lafayette, we're going to show the pictures, but every time I see a post of you in the wheelchair playing basketball, I'm thinking Garnett is in his element. I mean, that's what comes across. Am I right?
Yeah, at this point, I'm fully in love with the sport. So right now, I'm focusing a lot more on just basketball.
Okay.
I haven't really been doing hockey or the skating for a couple years now, just because I'm on scholarship and I'm playing college wheelchair basketball. So that's
Okay.
that's really my main focus right now. But I've really fallen in love with basketball, especially over the last couple years.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned the scholarship. So you got a scholarship to attend University of Arizona. You actually got a
Right.
scholarship to play wheelchair basketball, right?
Yeah, correct.
All right. You mentioned that most sports have an adaptive element to it. How popular is wheelchair basketball?
I'd say arguably wheelchair basketball is definitely one of the most popular adaptive sports. One of the most well known. Um, and yeah, I'd say one of the most easily accessible for a lot of people.
Right. Right. But you have to have a special chair, though.
You do, yeah. Mhm.
How what are the elements of that chair? Because I can just see some of the kids who in wheelchair now immediately wanting to play basketball. So especially
Yeah,
here in Jamaica.
yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people do start out just playing in their regular everyday chair. because basketball chairs are quite expensive, and you got to work with what you got sometimes. But really, what makes a basketball chair special is it comes down a lot to the wheels. They're placed at a camber on the chair, which allows for better maneuverability, better turning, and more stability at like higher speeds.
Okay.
And then they're also just really reinforced. They're made to be as lightweight as possible and also as durable as possible because it is a fully contact sport.
Right. Okay, so you're a junior at the University of Arizona, and
Correct.
for those listening, Garnett's mom is a friend of mine. And I remember Matria being a little anxious, perhaps that's an understatement, when it was time for you to fly and leave the nest. So let me ask you this. How have you been adapting? Because I know that you have a very caring mom and she is very attentive. How are you adapting to campus life?
I absolutely love it out there. It's a
You
great
hear that,
camp.
mommy?
Yeah, it's great. I know being home is amazing too, and where I live, Bolinas, California, is just it's an incredible spot. But yeah, being on campus and the community and the people I got there are amazing. It's a great school, and yeah, I couldn't. I'm so lucky to be there. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else for sure.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what is it? What is it that you're studying?
So I'm a music major with a minor in PR.
Say that again.
I'm a music major for the Bachelor's of the Arts with a minor in public relations.
Okay, wonderful. And I remember your mom saying she heard an interview that we're doing with a mother who has a child who has the same condition, and I remember her thinking to herself, boy, saying to herself, boy, she would wish she could do more for children like the children here. For children listening, especially from situations that perhaps are not as accommodating as yours, what would you say, especially to both parents and children? What would you say to them?
Yeah. So I don't know. I definitely got lucky in a lot of ways. Being in the area I'm in, just having the programs around me, and even just that one interaction with that other family in the movie theater that one time. It's small things like that. So I've been blessed with, to different situations like that. But I think the main thing is just if you're trying to do something that uh, you try your best to just work with whatever you got and find the best resources you can around you to do that.
Right.
I'm really not sure about. I know Jamaica has a some like they have a wheelchair basketball team that does like trying to think of the name. It's international competition, but not quite Paralympic level. I
Okay.
think they play like the Pan Am Games and stuff like that.
Right.
So I know it is a thing, in Jamaica nowadays. I'm not really exactly sure how readily accessible it is.
Right.
Um, yeah, but I mean it's definitely something worldwide that needs to spread.
Right. You'd said work with what you have, and that is so true. Because for those listening, although you are in a space that is more accommodating, it is your indomitable spirit that has made you reach the level that you've reached. So anywhere you are, whatever situation you find yourself in, go inside, and as you heard Garnet say a while ago, work with what you have. Work with what you have. Right. So let me talk to mom for a while.
Hmm.
So mom, you see that all the worry and the stress and the carrying on, hold on a little bit. Laughing, I can't talk, right? Oh, break mama. All right, so we're going to take a break, and then when we come forward, we're going to ask you your question, material. All right? so, Okay, thank you so very much for joining us right here on Untengle on the Bridge 99 FM. So we have live in Zoom Garnett Silver-Hall, Californian youth with Jamaican roots, and his mom, Maitreya Rose. So, Maitreya, my question to you is this. Whenever you talk about Garnett, it always amazes me you make it sound like it is just so easy. And it couldn't be that easy. So my question to you is, what were some of the challenges that you faced and in the early days, and when did you find that you could actually exhale?
Well, I think as a mom, that and that chance to exhale is, it's always that needing is always of protection and care, like never goes away,
Yes,
even when he's
yes,
away.
yes,
But it's like the most I never gives you more than you can bear, because in some ways we had a lot to deal with. I mean, the surgeries, I have trauma from the surgeries, going through that and stuff. But in so many other ways, Garnett he's such a good youth, and he was always like a very happy baby. He woke up to nurse a lot, but other than that, like he was a really, really easy youth to raise.
yeah,
He's just a good, you know,
kid,
happy spirit and everything. One thing
right.
I wanted to say though too about, making the most of things and the perseverance, especially I totally 100% can, attribute his champion spirit to his Jamaican roots.
Oh,
That perseverance is
right,
totally come through, that spirit is so strong in Jamaica.
right, right.
So,
You
and
know,
another thing too is, Garnett's he has one of the most devoted dads one could ever ask for. And so, Zulu's like being there for him, and his push has been so strong through it all. So,
that is just something so special, because as soon as you started talking about his dad, him start shake him. Yes, 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 my dad, and I see that in the pictures. As there's a bond that obviously you're going to have that bond with your mom, but what is not so obvious is sometimes that bond with your dad, and it is just so clear that this Jamaican man is standing up to his responsibility and adores his son. Talk about that, Garnet. What has that done for you? Your mother thinks that his Jamaicanness has helped to make you the militant person that you are. Is that true?
I mean, I'm sure that's a part of it for sure. Yeah, no, I'm sure that's a huge part of it. But yeah, no, my dad's pushed me my whole life. I mean, yeah, to really just be my best. He driving me to practices every week, always making sure I was where I needed to be. More than just practice, driving me to when I was doing WCMX, driving me to competitions, 8 hours away.
Wow.
Yeah, really just, always getting me where I needed to be and always pushing me to be my best.
Excellent.
Yeah, through whatever, pushing me when I was, again, when I was doing skating. Those, skate parks have a lot of hills, so he'd have to, push me up all the hills and get me when I fell,
Oh
come
my
pick me up when I
goodness.
fell. So yeah, it was a lot.
That means a lot, because I mean, a lot of the trauma that people would experience is just not having that kind of support. So I'm sure, Maitreya, that really took some of that trauma off of you, or that burden off of you. So, Zulu, bless up yourself. So what has Garnet taught you? Because in raising children, it goes to both ways. Our children raise us too. So what has Garnet taught you, Maitreya?
oh boy. Well, I mean, one thing that I think he teaches everyone, is that, I mean, he has all these challenges to overcome, and it's like it doesn't even phase him. It seems like he really doesn't sweat the little things. He just like pushes past all of it and keeps shining and full enjoying life to such a extent. So, um, yeah, that's been, whatever little thing I might be worrying about, like he pushes through so much more.
Yes.
So,
So I guess
yeah.
that's the projection that I'm seeing. He's actually projecting his positive energy on you, and that's what I'm feeling from you. Okay. All right, so you are living up to the name Garnet, and you're determined to play drums. Now, you have to take our listeners through this one now, Garnet, because the muscles in your legs are almost non existent, and you have a limited range of motion in your arms. Oh,
Hmm.
you play a drum.
Yeah. So I think again that's one of those areas it was a little bit of luck involved. So I think I have just enough strength in my legs to hit the kick drum and just enough mobility in my arms, to get the hi-hat and the snare going. I say it's definitely a little harder for me. Like, then the one thing I change up a lot is I don't keep my foot on the hi-hat. I usually keep the hi-hat closed or almost closed, and then just try to manipulate the sound with the stick the best I can. I don't do a lot of flashy stuff, but keeping main rhythms and beats I can do just fine.
Right.
Yeah, with I think just the right amount of ability I got.
Okay, and you want to do, or are you involved in production as we speak?
Yeah, so I'm currently on a production track. I've been doing production for, I mean, it's pretty short, just about 5, 6 months now. Taking it more seriously. So yeah, that's where I'm currently at.
How seriously are you taking it?
Very seriously. And that's my main focus, my major right now. So I just got out of a 15-week course at the university, just on production, and we're using the DAW called Ableton. And yeah, that's what I've been using a lot. So I've been in there 3 times a week, just learning all the skills and how the program works, and yeah, trying to master it.
Right. I'm trying to remember the description that your godmother, Sister Carol, said to me once. It was more than just that he was a Joshua son. It's like when she was talking about, she's like, she said, is it one of the brightest light, and oh, how you feel about having a godmother like Sister Carol, feeling so highly of you.
It's been great. It's been great. I love sis, and it's been great to grow up and with her, and get to experience her a lot of times. Just at all the shows and all the festivals. Listening to her constantly when I was little. So that's been awesome. Couldn't ask for better.
Beautiful. All right, and finally, what are you looking forward to most for the new year?
For the new year, I'd say most, winning a championship with my basketball team. I think, this is really, it's been a good year for us. We got the right group of people this year, and the right mindset right now going into the second half of the season. Um, and yeah, so I'd say, we're on a little championship run. We got to put in some more work for sure, but I think that's what I'm most excited about for this year is just getting that ring.
Wonderful. Finally, we have this conversation, and I know you hear my phone beeping all about the place because people are just commenting. And that's a wonderful thing because I'm sure you're not just inspiring no the people around you or the people whose lives you've touched, but you're on the internet speaking to us here on the Bridge 99 FM, and you are inspiring the entire world. I am just so proud of this indomitable spirit that you have come to earth with. Congratulations, and just keep doing it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I definitely will. I'm having a lot of fun with it, so no reason to stop anytime soon.
Beautiful. All right. So I'm going to read some of the comments, and I know that you're going to be listening to the bridge, so you probably can leave now, but please listen to the comments. You need to
Of
hear these
course, of
comments.
course.
All right. And thanks again, Mom, Maitreya, and Garnet. You are an inspiration to the world. That's why you're here. Trust me, I'm getting goosebumps all over. But that's why
I,
you're
I
here.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're most welcome. All right, so that's a conversation with Garnett Silver-Hall, a Californian young man with Jamaican roots. His mom is Californian, his dad is Jamaican, and you heard him talk about the influence of his dad in his life, and that makes us so proud as Jamaicans. And yes, so This one is from Freckles in the United States, and he says, Garnet is remarkable, blessed, makes the able-bodied seem like they're standing still. I love that. I love that one, Freckles. So Freckles is in the US, and thank you very much for being part of our conversation. And then this one is from Tanya Nubian, who says, send my love to Garnet, an amazing young man. Sis, I remember the first time he grabbed your attention. He was sliding down the stairwell in his wheelchair. Bless up his supermom. And what you say, that's your new break ringtone. Get laughing. You hear everybody hear my new break ringtone. All right. Oh, my sister Sandra just says, wow. I can just imagine why you're just left with wow. Yeah, man. So when the others come in, I will continue to read. Your mom is going to be listening to all of them, so she will hear. I know you're a little busy bee, so you you might not get a chance to hear, but you can listen back to that interview or watch that interview, and you'll just hear just how remarkable you are.
Definitely will. Definitely will.
All right. So thanks again.
Thank you.
So, good afternoon, Beauregard.
Good afternoon, Mama Kelly.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How's everything with you?
Good. Where are you?
I am in the studios. I'm not sure if you're seeing me now.
Hold on.
Not yet.
Hold on. Got change just something and see if me. No, not yet. You know we have to look.
We'll get it up and running.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, fine.
Nice,
All right.
nice.
What am I seeing? Mother's Day. What am I seeing?
Oh, that's actually my Mother's Day tribute event that I do each and every year.
Okay.
Along with my partner Jamel the car guy. This year we actually have Richie Stevens. Well, next year we actually have Richie Stevens confirmed to perform at the Mother's Day tribute. So it's going to be a wonderful occasion on Saturday, May 13th.
It's great.
Yes.
All right. So what else is happening? How you want to do weather?
Weather nice, Mama Kelly. 46 degrees today, and it look like it's gonna get into the low 50s for the rest of the week. So the new year is looking wonderful with great weather. So the celebrations that's gearing up to take place. DJ Roy's big New Year's Eve ball that's happening. That's gonna be something spectacular, and also the fact that Times Square is also back. After the pandemic, we now get to see that, they will actually allow people to go into Times Square. Last year, I believe they only allowed 15,000 people into Times Square for the celebrations because of the pandemic. But this year, they should open up at the place to where millions of people converge on New York City for the dropping of the New Year's Eve ball.
Sounds good. That's great. Just bless up yourself, DJ Roy. Always heart of love. Seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Wherever you are.
So how was your Christmas, Mama Kelly?
Wonderful. I did what I wanted to do, and I went out and I still got balanced it with some rest.
Nice.
Which is wonderful. And the weather is very good. In fact, I'm looking through the window here now, and it's nice weather. It's not hot. It's it's breezy. There's a Christmas breeze, and we give thanks for that. So we've had good weather too.
Yes. Well, with our 46 in December, at the almost end of the year, it's a great thing for us. Very, very great thing. So I know a lot of people are happy about that.
All right. We're going to have to talk about Sting, but I have to gear up myself for talk. So, I mean, fortunately, well, no, let me not put it like that. Scratch all of that. On the 26th of December, I was at Wikiwaki in Bull Bay to celebrate Muta Baruka's birthday.
Yes.
So that's what I was doing. So happy belated again, Muta.
Yes.
So
I
that's
actually
what
saw
I was doing.
I actually saw you posted a photo of you and Muta. I'm not sure if it was at the event, but I saw the photo that you posted on your Instagram.
Oh, it was at the event. And Shelly-Ann had a birthday recently too, Fraser Price.
Yes.
Yes, she did. So happy belated, Shelly-Ann.
Happy birthday to them, definitely. Mama Kelly, one of the stories that hit us this week was the fact that Joe Mercer had passed away, who is the son of Stephen Marley, the grandson of Bob Marley. Sad situation. I had just gotten off the air when the news came, and I believe DJ Roy had made the announcement on Irish Jam Radio that he had passed away. So it was definitely a sad situation. I just can't imagine what the family is actually going through. And as we always say this, it's sad when, a parent has to go through something like this.
I like yourself, heard the news. I happen to know Joe Mercer.
Yes.
Did an interview with him some years ago. Lovely soul, calm and humble and
Yeah, you can't see it from him.
sweet soul. It's like, when that news hit me, I'm like, not Joe Mercer, 31 with a bit, let me tell you something, you see, oh God, tomorrow promised to nobody.
No, it's not. Life is very, very short. Shorter than you can even imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. I am sure that Stephen and his mom and the other members of the family were just not thinking
Prepared.
about, oh, come on.
Yeah,
How can you be
yeah.
prepared for that?
Yeah.
Very, very sad. So, I tell you the truth, you see, we took some pictures and all the time I keep looking back on the pictures because it was just such a beautiful moment. But there's no way I could have put up that picture. I understand they putting up on the picture, don't get me wrong, we get it, can we do it too?
Yes.
But you see, in this case, couldn't do it because at the end of the day, I just Stephen and him mother me I think about, and me I said to myself, my goodness me, them not that not help them right now.
And I didn't even realize, I came to find out that dancehall queen Carlene is actually his aunt.
Yes, it's her sister.
Yes,
it's his
her
mom.
sister Carrie, yes.
Yes.
I did not know that much, Mama Kelly. I came to
Yeah.
find that out recently during all of this.
Me say, nice little picnic. You the thing say because him a Mali, just a real youth.
Yeah, humble.
Nice people, man.
Yeah, man.
Good people. But as we say, tomorrow not promised, and at least we know that his family will be protected. They will be protected.
Yeah.
So we have to be looking for the positive, because we don't know everything, but at the end of the day, we see it as a loss. We don't know how it stay over the other side of friends. Probably them see it as them gain a spirit. We don't know.
Right.
We just know say
And-
over
and-
the side, yeah. It's
And
a
they have
loss.
not actually announced how he passed yet, have they? They say
one
it-
report said an
asthma
asthma
related.
attack. Yes. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And that's very close to home, because everything close to home for me. Asthma attack, Boxing Day, the whole thing. But as someone who has experienced this, there comes a point where you just have to admit that there are certain things you don't have a clue about.
Like you say, you can never be prepared,
can't.
to lose someone. True.
Anyone.
Yeah. Sad. Condolences to the family, especially to his wife and, daughter, to his father.
His dad, mom and dad.
And mom and dad, yeah.
Because and yes, and his little daughter.
His grandmother, yeah.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. The whole family. I mean, you know what I mean. I just thought the whole of them face come before me when I all of them face come before me, because I know them not ready for this.
No.
Anyway.
Well, I tell you one thing, a lot of people weren't ready for, Mama Kelly.
Hey, no, no.
Who wasn't ready for Sting?
Boy, God, you see,
Well,
because I have always been far removed from that scene, I would love to hear from you. What were your thoughts?
Wow. Mama Kelly, let me first tell you, I started out watching Sting early in the hours, about in the 12 o'clock bells. Right, lay down, put on YouTube. It was live on YouTube. I started watching it. I fell asleep. I seen some of the early performances. I believe I gotten up to a young lady that's from St. Vincent and a few other artists after her. But we'll get to her in a second, Mama Kelly. But I started watching it, and then, when the TV start watch your mama, and you are watching TV no more, right? So But then and me hear this big noise in the room, Mama Kelly, and me hear a whoosh, whoosh. When we look, the bad boy Trevor up on stage a part fight with Queenie. And I'm
Oh my God of mercy. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Mama,
goodness.
I don't know if I saw it this set up, people wake up right there so if you don't miss it. But that's where I woke up, right in the middle of it. I didn't see when they got called out on stage. Then what bad boy Trevor run out and I say and I try part what was going on the stage. That's what actually woke me up out of my sleep. So
I know the music wake you up.
No, I know the music. I just the noise. Everything else me sleep through, but when right there so come on, me just wake up. And I started to watch again from there. But my thoughts on this, Mama Kelly, is that we all saw that it wasn't what it was supposed to be. You know, big up the promoters and all of the artists who perform because it's still a big platform. We all know what Sting is and its reputation over the years, you know, but it was definitely an eye-opener, especially for the promoters, I believe, who should have known that a show of that reputation, you know, that the artists that were booked, them alone couldn't fully carry the weight of the show, or them alone couldn't fully do it. You understand? I believe that it was missing an element, and it might have been that 90s element or just maybe some two foundation artists, whatever the case may be. But they chose to go with all new acts, and you have people leaving out as things saying that they didn't recognize any of the people them who performed. You know, that's one of the things.
This could not have been thought through. I can't see anybody coming to the table, a group of promoters, and saying we're going to have all new artists for Sting. And I'm not convinced either that it was the people who wanted Queenie and Amari to clash. I am not convinced of that.
No. You know, Sting might have just needed an element, a little shock factor, and that's what they were at the time. You know, they wanted. I mean, there are so many artists you could have made go on stage and do a nice little clash. Without the one thing I didn't like to see was, you know, the artists them on the stage and beer police around them. It just wasn't a good look. You know, no show should be that way, where people come to display talent. You know, where you have 20 police officers around two artists just so people can hear 2 seconds of what I'm gonna say. That definitely wasn't a good look, Mama Kelly, and you know, it just left a bad taste in a lot of people's, you know, mouth.
Yeah.
And you know, even if they didn't go back to the 90s, one of the things that I think they could have done, they could have gotten some of the artists who bust pre-pandemic, you know, the Dexter Dabson, Chronic Law, you know, Iwat and Intense, TJ, Javelin, if you even never want to go back too far. But those artists...
those are the ones I was looking forward to seeing. And of course, some that definitely a whole up dancer a long time.
Exactly. And we saw what happened when Kiprich came out and did two familiar songs. You know, the people them react to it because they want to hear something like that. Cargo, the same thing. Alizade, the same thing. You know, and those artists are more established artists. You know, one of the things that I think affected the show as well was the time management. Like, you have to get the artists on and off the stage. And if you know you paid certain artists, you're going to want your money's worth. So you're going to do everything in your power to get each and every artist that you gave money to on the stage to say something to the people. So that was a big problem as well. And if you're running out of time, let the artists know. Whoever didn't perform yet, go around to all of them, tell them that you have such and such time left. If it's 5 artists left and you have 50 minutes, then only get 10 a piece. Everybody, you can't tell them as they're going on the stage because right away confusion starting at them head and them don't know what to do and how much song for sing or which song they want to sing, you know, in that 10 minutes that you give them. So, you know, I mean, organization was one of the key factors for me.
One of the things that I would really like to just say very briefly is that it is not cool for anyone at all, whether you're a promoter, producer, whoever you are, to gain from the trauma of people or the mental issues that people have. Because it is clear there has been an upsurge, especially in the dance hall, of people who are clearly mentally unsound.
Exactly.
And you kind of wonder why this is so, you know, entertaining to certain people. And it tells us who we are as a society when this is our entertainment, you know.
Yes.
Because I saw a clip of Queenie traumatized. I mean, traumatized. And I'm thinking to myself, must somebody say something about her daughter that died, and oh my goodness me.
Wow.
Look here. You see this? We have to stop it. It's not
Yeah.
entertainment, it's not music, it's not anything good.
No,
It's not
Mama.
dance hall. It's not dance hall.
And you know, Mama Kelly, the pandemic breed up all heap of these things, you know. The pandemic definitely gave, you know, it highlighted some positive things, but at the same time it took some things that we should have taken serious and made a lot of fun of. You know,
Yeah.
everybody just being locked down and fine, you know, them say the devil gave eye glands, whatever. What the saying go, Mama Kelly? Whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But you know, over the pandemic I saw so many foolishness, you know, that
Devil
rise,
find work for idle hands.
yeah, we rise up out of the pandemic, and you know, I just shake my head and just keep scrolling.
And you see, when you look at some of the social media videos, and you realize that this is now representing us, you see where we're headed. Nowhere.
Nowhere. And Mama Kelly, they're saying we have to take a break.
Yes, global break.
All right,
All
so
right.
we'll be right back.
Cool.
Keep pulling close till we're close to distance.
Absolutely one of my favorite songs for 2022. The man's name is Richie Spice. Mama Kelly, I definitely love this song so much.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you.
It reminds us of back in the days when we hear a love song and actually swoon.
Mama, there's so many things in this song that just touches me. You can hear every instrument that is being played in the rhythm. That's one of the main things that I love about this song. And then it's just refreshing overall.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, man.
You know, so Richie, you there? I think Richie's supposed to be online. Richie, are you there? You hearing us?
Yeah, greetings.
Greetings, Richie.
Greetings, Richie.
Yes.
You heard what Beauregard said a while ago?
Yes. It's a good vibe, you know, and it make me feel happy to know that man like Beauregard love it, you know.
Oh, you mean, man, I play this song at least 2 to 3 times a week right here on Irie Jam Radio. Trust me, and the whole entire Irie Jam Radio, DJ Roy, Dub Master Chris, Jabba, Cali B, we all endorse the song, you know, and it's a great song.
Beautiful song.
Definitely love what you're saying. The way you even start off the song, my brother, I've been through hell.
Yeah.
You know, you just laid out everything on the table to the young lady and make her know this is what it is. Yeah, man, I like the approach.
And the video is beautiful. The video is also nice. But you know, you're saying a while ago, Beauregard, that you're talking about the rhythm and the music, and although we listen to that kind of thing too, as women, you know, it's just interesting sometimes how different women can be, you know, because we listen to that, you know, but make I tell you something. You see, the feelings of love is our first choice.
Yes.
That is what we hear. We hear how him sending off the message. We hear the message. We hear how he make we feel.
Mama Kelly, in the song, the man says, fixing a heart you didn't break ain't easy. You know how powerful that is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful. And you know, it comes at a time when we've been talking about the fact that reggae songs missing that little element of just love songs, man and woman sweetness, you know?
True indeed. So welcome, Richie. Welcome. How things been, my brother? How's the holidays? How's the family?
Well, you know, so giving thanks though, and you know, give thanks to see a next holiday come around, and you know, we just here, the one half okay so far. You know, good to know that. You know, we are here playing music, making new songs, keeping the music alive, reggae music alive. That's it, doing straight. And whatever people want to say happen to it, do happen to it. You know, we keep it alive each day. You know.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You're really doing that. You know, we're going to talk about the new song, but one of the things that we really want to say to you is that you're going off the beaten track. You know, there are certain things where we hear and we hear and we hear and we hear and we hear. And I don't like say we can't hear it again, but it's nice to hear something different too.
Yes.
And that's a challenge that we're putting out there to artists like the I who can actually rise to that occasion, you know?
Yes.
So it's nice to hear the Rastaman singing such love songs that one time I want to bury go on them with little farms.
Yeah. You know, I say it go, man. I say it go, I mean, you know, because everyone have a different side to them, you know.
True.
You know, so, I mean, you know, you have to put it out, you know, and glad to know that people accept it and love it that way, you know.
Right.
But you know, Richie has a reputation with some of these songs, you know, Mama Kelly. Brown Skin, Grooving My Girl, King and Queen with Alison Hines, you know, some nice love songs which he has done over the years.
Oh, Grooving My Girl is definitely one of my favorite Richie Spice.
Yeah.
You know, so me can't find the dub. Them time they do it. No, you remember them time they do it on that.
Yes, yes.
Me can't find the dot. You have to go do it over again, Richie.
Not to do
Please.
it again.
Yes, nice. You're right, Beauregard. Richie is known in the middle of the Earth a Run Red. Him give us those tunes.
True indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So this year is almost over, my brother. And what would you, looking back at 2022, how would you sum it up personally?
Well, personally, you know, to me it was a good year, you know, because we despise, you know, what has been going on. You know, I mean, the whole heap of different activities. I mean, pandemic, you know, murder rate and all these things.
Yeah.
You know, we are here, alive and well. You know, so I mean, we're giving thanks, and we have to say yes, give thanks to see, you know, our next year passing, and we are here, and Earth same way, you know, to what has been going on.
Right.
Nice.
How you feel about the fraternity and the losses that we've been suffering over the entire year, and even in recent times? What would your message be to your colleagues in the fraternity?
Well, the message is we have to try stay focused, you know, and pray to the Almighty God to guide us through, you know, these dreadful times that we are going through, you know, and pray for each other.
Yes, definitely pray for each other.
That's definitely one of the things I would say to, you know, sometimes even to just check up on people. You know, sometimes you don't know what people are got through. You know, people don't normally post them problems on social media, and they're not too quick to talk to people about things that they might be going through. You know, so we see the rise of mental health situations happening all around the world, and you know, a lot of people have been affected by it. Even some hitting close to home, as Mama Kelly said. You know, people in the music industry that has been affected by it. So it's a big thing that, you know, we should always show love to one another.
Yeah, man.
Maria.
And you see, before we even talk about the new song, we're talking about things that are affecting all of us. We're talking about, you know, realizing our mortality. We're also talking about a while ago, Beauregard mentioned even mental health. And there come a time, you see, even if you don't sing a song and I say mental health, but there comes a time when the responsibility is going to be placed on the artist to share songs that people relate to, what we're going through. Boy, you know, hear where Richie Spice sing, say, because I know the power of music, and if Richie Spice sing a song where I deal with your well-being or your emotional well-being, even if you don't put it in a damn word there, but you start touching people's souls with music, you know. We need for have this conversation amongst each other as people in the industry.
Definitely, most definitely.
Richie, go ahead.
You see, the music, you know, the music is a great weapon, a powerful weapon, you know, that can help with through whatever we're going through, you know, because it helps from Africa. While we're coming from Africa, and Africa about 12 feet long by 4 feet wide. The music alone we use to bring us across.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, to reach where we reach right here, so you know. So it's a very powerful tool.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Richie. And from the fact that you go there, so it means you can't go there, so because you just go there, so. And with this, we really need to find forward the spirit of the music.
Definitely.
And speaking of the music being a powerful tool, Richie, you've been performing all year. Tell us some of the places that you have spread the love and the message of the music.
Well, we have been to Barbados the other day. Barbados, I think Nassau. Since we get back that little opening, you know, not a lot of places.
Yeah.
You know, right here in Jamaica. You know?
Right. You were recently also at Ghetto Splash. I saw the a video of that. And
yes.
Tell us about that vibe, Bridget.
Yeah, it's a good vibe, man. It was a good vibration. I just passed through and knows that we're still around, you know? Yeah.
So, let me ask you this. What you looking forward to in the new year, not just for Richie, but for Richie and also for the music, the genre? What would you say you're looking forward to?
Well, what I look forward for is exactly rise back the music. The singers and players as instruments, you know, and get back the music on a level. You know, vocally, you know, we're which mean. You know, I mean, the people them that give the music that feel and that energy, you know, get back themselves together, you know, and start to put out some type of music that used to put out before, like in the days of, you know, Burning Spear, Toots, Bob Marley. I would say Bob Marley, condolence goes out to the Marley family.
Yes, Richie.
Yes.
God, we know say you're very close to the family.
Yes. But yeah, that's what we're looking forward to see. You know, the betterment of the music, you know.
Yes.
And speaking of the betterment of the music, let me ask you, are there any artists right now that you, Richie, can highlight at this moment and say, look out for the youth there?
Yeah,
it must be a lot of them.
There's a lot of them, man, but you know, I have not pinpoint now, like when they say yes, stuff at the top of my head, say. But there's a lot of youth out there, you know, doing great work.
Great works.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. As long as we have some people who can, you know, follow in your footsteps and try to fill your shoes as you know, it pertains to doing the great work that you have done and setting that trend.
Oh, most definitely, you know, because no matter where you see go on, you know, you don't remember that there's a whole barrage of righteous youth.
See that? Yes.
Same way, so. All right, so we're talking about singing something different.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever hear an artist, certainly not in recent times, that sing a Happy New Year song.
I was thinking about it, you know. Never hear that before at
all. So I guess that answers part of the question as to what inspired you. But let's talk about the song.
Yeah, man, it just come up, man. You know, I get the rhythm from Free William. You know, I hear a girl guys back on it, and I say, hey, nice rhythm, you know, but rhythm have a sound. You know, I say, I'm going to sing on this thing now. Come up with another idea, and then the idea just come to me. I say, but by the way, but I never hear about this sing a song like this before. So I go and try and put something together, and that's how it turned out, you know.
Nice.
And Mama Kelly, when I got the information that we were going to be speaking to Richie today, and I realized the song that he was promoting, I immediately had sent back a message and I said, look how life stay. You know, I ended my show with that song on Monday. Because may I say Christmas done now, a time for the new year. You can ask the listeners in the tri-state area. I ended the show on Monday, Mama Kelly, with that same Richie Spice. Happy New Year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
So it was time for us to talk. And that's what I mean. You see what you do now, Richie? Because no, sometimes later don't know if we play, you know. Because we have not we are talk about where we are going. You understand? So now your arms way.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it makes sense too. Because alright. Suppose just for argument's sake, you do a Christmas tune. You're guaranteed, you know, say that I go play at least once a year, but for how many decades?
Yes.
You see me I say? You do a New Year tune, you're guaranteed. You're the man say baby. You're the man say baby. The man say him play the tune just Monday gone, and it's a tune now. We're gonna play.
Yeah. Because every year is New Year, you know.
All that again.
I see it.
And the resolution, them we still a make resolution all in April.
Yes, yes.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So we love that. Really love that.
Yeah.
So we're going to play it, and we're going. We always I say we're not too long talk about tune. You know, we listen tune. So
Yeah.
we're going. Lafayette, you ready? We're going to play the brand new Richie. What name, Richie?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
No matter end up next year and can't pay your rent. Lord no.
Yeah. You understand what I said to you?
Mama, I say the same thing. I'm a laugh at the same part. Richie,
Yes, sir.
I think Santa's supposed to bring the Christmas gifts and bring the things. Just say Santa come and gone with every cent.
Neatly. Yeah.
Neatly. I like how you put that. When Santa come round, everybody get broke.
That's true. You can imagine. So the big bag there where we sit on him back, I feel him.
You can fit in there,
It's a long bag. No, but hey, let me tell you something, you see. You see, because of the influence of music have on me from my youth, I believe in the power of music. I know about me experience it. And as some, you see, a Richie Spice, you know. You understand? No, a Richie Spice. If you don't come in like, just call another name where you know, say people listen to. A Richie Spice. So when them hear you talk about time now, wait pan no one, and tick tock like a time bomb, them are going looking at themselves with the wise spending. That's them thing that we are talking about. Because this song sweet, you know. It's happy, and it still makes sense.
Well, you have to look out for the people then.
Yes.
Through the music.
Through the music.
Right.
Because them remember say music I sing along something, you know.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
So you're going to be repeating all these sentiments when you're singing the music.
Real.
Yeah, man.
Real.
So we not treat it lightly, and the same way, just like how the message when it's positive, it is a reinforcement and is a motivation. When it's negative, and the opposite are go on.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. We'll try to keep it on a positive vibration.
Same way, so.
Always sending that message. That's what it's all about, you know.
Yeah.
Can we see the state of the music, you know, Richie? We see what's going on right now, and we see what's being pushed forward and what is being held back. You know, I don't know if anybody else look at it that way.
Yeah,
but
the same way so it go. Same so it go.
Yeah, man.
We see what is being pushed, and we see what is being held back. You couldn't say it no better.
Yeah, man.
Perfect.
Definitely the state of the music. So what are your plans for the 2023, Richie Spice? Because you're saying happy New Year and whole heap of blessings. Talk to us.
Well, for me, you know, so I don't really make any plan though. I just keep on work continuously. Yeah, I don't plan, you know, because I think so man a plan got a wife, so you know, we just work positive, you know.
Yeah.
Sure indeed.
Yeah.
But definitely more music in the pipelines though.
Oh yes, sir. Oh yes, man. Yes, please. For real.
Well, we can look forward to well, I'm not gonna say an album, but definitely some singles such as
Some
this
singles,
one.
yeah, man.
Some
Definitely.
great things.
So the single's going to come on an album. You must be working on an album. All the distance junior.
Yes, man. We have to put it together.
Yes, you have to.
Not short order, you know.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to that.
Definitely.
What do you have to say about the well, there's the Grammy nominations. You know, all of our artists were nominated this year. What is your view on the Grammys after the big uproar that we saw last year?
Well, apparently, we're happy to know that everyone has been nominated this year, you know, and the big uproar the other year, I mean, I don't see what is the uproar all about, because, you know, it's reggae music, same way. You know, you don't know, the music don't partial.
Same, so.
Yeah, so I don't know, but we still happy to know that everyone got nominated this year, you know.
Nice.
I wish everyone all the best, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, same way, so. Why, reggae ambassador, let me tell you something about reggae. You see, if we forget Richie Spice, we talk so long. I don't think we need to push real long.
Definitely want to thank him for that tune, Distance, and thank you for this one, my brother. Happy New Year.
Yeah, man.
And to you and the entire family. I'd asked you earlier, how's the family? How are your brothers doing?
Yeah, man. Everyone great so far, G. Everyone great so far.
Nice.
So thanks, Happy New Year to the I2 and the I family likewise,
Yes,
Same
give
way,
thanks.
Yeah,
Give
likewise,
thanks.
Mama Elise tell you likewise,
Yes, give thanks,
Right,
Richie. So
Yeah.
like we said, we look forward to hearing what you have to sing because you're a man of songs, not many words. So
Yeah.
so we look forward to the album, then, Richie. See, we want
definitely.
everything come together in a one package.
Now one piece, yeah,
yeah, man.
yes.
That's with the new year that we know. Say next year, them time, most I spirit life we just draw for one something and everything
one
upon it. Yes,
Yeah, you
man.
have to call everyone and tell them. Yeah.
So nice talking to you, and again, all the best
Yeah.
for the new year. And as Beauregard said, bless up your family, bless up your fans, and I'm sure you're going to be touring like the ambassador that you are.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
man.
Yeah, man.
Bless up.
Respect again, because a pleasure talking to the item and talking to the public. Thank you for all that you have been done and all that you have been doing and all that you have done over the past years. And what you are doing now, not respect.
Give thanks.
And what's
Thank
the
you very
social
much.
media platform? How they can follow you, Richie?
Just one Richie Spice.
One Richie Spice. See there?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Bless up again.
No
Blessings.
respect.
All right.
Respect.
Nice. All
Blessings.
right. So that's a nice one. We can seal off with that one when we finish our little chit chat. Oh my God. So yeah, that one is a nice way for send them out. But you do it already Monday, so give me a chance to do it today.
Oh man, Mama Kelly, I must say, it's been a wonderful year, man. You see, 2 times we talked to Richie this year.
Yes, the second time this.
Yeah, man, it's definitely been a wonderful year, and I want to thank you, for being a part of that wonderful year, Mama Kelly, and for all the conversations and all the laughs, all the jokes, all the memories, the interviews that we had. We just spoke to Richie Spice again after, that's 2 times for the year. We spoke to Papa Son earlier this year. We spoke to Yami Bolo, Sanchez, Richie Stevens. Who else we spoke to? Droop Lion. We spoke to Mortimer.
Gosh.
Sister Carol, Sister Marcia Griffiths, Miss Pam Hall. We spoke to Miss Annette Brissett.
Wow.
We spoke to Padrino, the young one from Bahamas.
Right.
Who we said sound like Jacure.
Right.
Droop Lion, I said Droop Lion before. And we even
Right.
spoke to some other interesting folks who were just, on to,
We spoke
highlight
to
some-
Lost.
Yes, we spoke to Lust. We
Mitch.
spoke Mitch last week. Yeah, that was a great vibe as well.
We've
We
been
also
doing it,
Yes, Mama Kelly. Yes, we definitely been doing it this year. One of the other things that I must highlight is that we spoke to Miss Perry Hensel was her name. She was
Yes.
the daughter
Justine.
of the
Justine
the
Hensel.
daughter of Perry Hensel.
Right.
Yes, who is the filmmaker of The Harder They Come.
Right.
Yes.
Producer
So-
just texted me a while ago to remember Mikey General. We know we're forgetting some people. Forgive us, please, because
Yes.
it's plenty and it's a whole year.
Yeah, man. We spoke to Mr. James Haynes, who is the
Yes.
son of Jad Jerry
That
of
was
the
a lovely
Scatterlights.
one. Yes.
Yeah, man.
We spoke to Selector Scat not
Remind me.
soon come back to me.
We spoke to a young lady from Trinidad, Amy.
Right.
Yes. So we spoke-
Meritones.
There you go, Monty Blake.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
That was
Nice.
a great vibe.
Yeah,
and a lot more people, Mama Kelly. It was a wonderful year. Big ups to everybody who tuned in Jamaica and here in the tri-state area, and also around the world. People on the internet tuning in, and all the great feedbacks that I've been telling you we've been getting, Mama Kelly. People are so much in love with your voice alone, and that's all I have to say. Them say, yo, I love to hear Mama Kelly voice. The way she laugh, the way she talk, just everything about her.
We give thanks. Let me tell you something. Is it for those who love that joyous moment? That's one of the things I love when we connect in a Beauregard.
Yes,
because sometimes you not even know where you are saying, but it just crack you up. So and if it crack us up, it crack up our listeners. That's the
Right.
key. Whatever happens with us, it translates to our listeners.
Definitely.
So we just want to say to our listeners that, we do this for Uno,
True.
Uno we do this for.
True.
So we give thanks for no say it's appreciated because it's all about Uno.
And I can't forget the fossil crew.
Alive and well. Oh God, this what I'm saying. Is what I'm saying? Because our uncle, you remember the fossil crew. How could we forget?
Cannot forget.
Big up the fossil crew.
Yeah, man. Wow.
It's like the other day when we were interviewing Sanchez, right? This is behind the scenes talk.
Yeah.
So we are saying we don't know if we're going to want Zoom our phone. So me I said to Lafayette, laugh and face your phone because it's one of us. It's a fossil member.
Yeah, man. Wow. It's been a great year, Mama. Can't complain.
Yes. Bless up yourself, Louis. All the best for the new year. Have a wonderful 2023. And all the people at all our disc jocks, our selectors at not only just the Bridge 99 FM, but also Irish Jam Radio. It's always a pleasure. On behalf of the Untengle team, bless upon yourself. We have a good energy. And the
True
people
indeed.
need to know that we're really together, have a great energy.
Bless up yourself, Lafayette. Happy holidays and a wonderful new year to you and the whole Untengle team, Mama Kelly. As you said, the Bridge family, excellent. And also to the Irish Jam family here, RJ in studios, Trini sometimes. And to, everybody that helps on this side to make this show what it is today.
Right. So we're going to close with Happy New Year, right?
Yes, indeed.
All
Speak
right,
to you in the new year, Mama.
Yes. No, you're going to text me. Please.
Well, speak to you on air in the new year.
Okay. All right, Beauregard. Blessed love to you and family.
Take care.
Sending love, all right?
All right, we're listening.
All right, cool.